Alrighty, everybody. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another stream, guys. It's been a minute since we went live here. I think the last time we went live, what was it? Christmas? Pretty sure. But anyways, everybody, I hope everyone is doing well. Let me make sure everything is rolling. Make sure we are looking good. Which I think we are good to go. What's up, y'all? What's up, Weston? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Give a second for everybody out here to join, and once they do join, we'll get on into it here. We have a couple things I do want to go over here. Main thing is a lake effect. We got some real big lake effect stuff going on here, which definitely going to be pretty crazy with the amount of snow that we're going to be seeing here. Here, let me bring up our warnings and watches and advisories and stuff like that. Still got tons and tons of activity up in the Northeast here. Although a lot of it in the Ohio Valley, Midwest, Plains is pretty much ended. Weston says what's going on. We got some big old lake effect snow going on here. What's up, Leaky? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, the main thing here right now that we got to look out for is all this lake effect snow here. According to the Weather Service here, we are going to be seeing a total amount of snowfall of 1 to 3 foot, which is ridiculous. 1 to 3 feet of snow. That is absolutely wild. And of course, we do have winds gusting as high as 65 miles per hour and decreasing to right around 45 Tuesday, creating blowing and drifting snow. So that's big problem. Big problem. What's up, Dixie? Good to see ya. What's up, Queen? Good to see you too. Saying, fingers crossed it's not coming my way. Yeah. What's up, Roadster? Good to see you too, man. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you guys. I hope everyone's been having a beautiful day, or had a beautiful day today. But yeah, so most of it's going to be for snow. Let's see here. Oswego area. We have, according to the Weather Service here, we're talking 1 to 2 foot of snow out here. Winds as high as 60 miles an hour, which is going to be a big problem. Yeah, most of it, though, some of the heaviest of the snowfall is going to be up here in far western New York, out there by, like, New Albion. Is that how you say it? Also out there by, like, Portland and just pretty much south of Buffalo for the most part here. Oh my goodness, Jenny! Coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate that. That is greatly, greatly appreciated, my friend. It's good to see you, Jenny. Thank you so, so much for that. That is really, really nice of you. What's up, Cobalt? Good to see ya. We had an eerie night with that ice storm last night in upstate New York. Yeah, it was pretty wild, and there's a lot of really strong winds on it, too. See, a lot of it has rolled out for the most part, but the cold air is really going to start pulling in here, which is definitely going to be a bit of a chilly time. Also, there is going to be quite a bit of lake effect snow here too. You can see actually in my other radar view up here in Michigan right now. Here, let's switch on over. You can actually see we do have quite a bit of quite a bit of snow going on here too right now. Which, I mean, Michigan's still going to be getting quite a little bit. But yeah, most of it here, let's hop over to Aguacero. Most of it's going to be up here, for areas like Northwest Pennsylvania, like Western New York State, and whatnot. So, let's see here. What's up, D? Good to see ya. What's up, Jenny? Thank you so much once again. I appreciate it. Let's see, the winds are so bad here today in Southwest Pennsylvania. I think it's finally calmed down a little now. Yeah, that low was pretty strong that rolled through here. It was quite the strong low. Are we going to go over the long-term snow threat as well? Yeah, of course. We'll be going over everything, just about pretty much everything you guys need to know. But the main concern right now is, of course, all this lake effect stuff going on here. This is the GFS model. Kind of showing us some of the snowfall that we're going to be getting. So this is between now and January 1st here. So this is within short range here. You guys can see, and I mean, we're talking some serious totals for some of these areas here. This is the Kashira ratio. Due to a lot of the cold air that's going to be, coming through the regions here. Let's see, those are some ripping lake effects bands. Yeah, they sure are, dude. They sure are. Yeah, and they can bring quite a bit of snow in a short period of time too. We just get sudden bursts of snowfall, and I mean it brings some heavy stuff, especially with the winds in the direction they're going here. Like, say for an example, you're over by Hopkins, right? So this is just a long, thin string of snowfall, heavy snowfall, but the winds are just going in that direction right over Hopkins, which is just allowing continuous accumulation over and over. That's what's going to kind of happen here too, up in like the Northeast, out there by like Buffalo area, which they're going to be getting quite a bit as well. You can look at it now. We do have quite a bit of lake effect already going on here. And over the next little bit, I mean, the next several days, I mean, we're going to have a lot of snow. What's up, Chogan? Good to see you. Saying hello, everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's cold in Dallas-Fort Worth, but on Christmas it was 80. That's weird, having a Christmas with 80 degrees out here. I think it was something similar in Florida too. It was warm. See, now it's in the 30s. Yeah, this weather is a little bit weird right now because we had the cold front come through, brought up some warm air first, and then the cold air comes in from behind, which has just been causing a bunch of weird changes in the weather. All right, y'all, we're going to hop to the long term here now. I know a lot of people want to go over that. So here's like the current state we're in. We have that low at this point well up in eastern Canada. So this is the main system that was driving all that snow, all that ice, all that nonsense, essentially. You see these lines here. So these are what we call isobars. So they basically represent an area of equal pressure. So you see how they're pretty tight together? And that basically tells us that the pressure is changing quite a bit over a short distance in a short period of time. So because of this, there's going to be a lot of strong winds included, which, I mean, a lot of you guys have already seen from this system here. Definitely, pretty windy. And of course, let me bring up my pen here so I can actually draw on the screen and stuff like that for you guys. Maybe if it'll let me. Hold on. This program, dude, I'm always having problems with it. I swear, like, every day I'm having issues with this program. Here, let me restart it real quickly, and then I can kind of go more in depth here to what it's doing. All right, let's go ahead and open this back up. But yeah, so we're basically just having a bunch of cold air coming down here. Here we go. Now it should hopefully work here. Perfect. Okay, so basically we have this cold and dry air mass that's working its way down here, and that cold front actually brought up some warm air ahead of it. So at this point, the cold front's pushing off the U.S. East Coast. And so the warm air invaded first, and then now that the system's moving, kind of eastward, the cooler air is taking over. So that's why that's basically why there's a sudden change in, the temperatures and stuff like that. So what's up, GS? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Joey? Saying, hey, from North Canton, Ohio. So cold and windy here. I bet it's definitely pretty chilly for a lot of you guys out there. 100%. Just be sure to bundle up. It's going to be pretty cold here. Let's actually, we'll go over that here in a minute. We'll go over the temperatures and stuff like that with you guys too. Let's see here. Happy New Year early. Stay safe and warm. I hope that New Year brings good fortune to each of you. You as well, Queen. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. See a very intense low for sure. Oh, yeah, definitely quite the cyclone here. But anyways, so in the future, the main thing is we're just going to continually see this cold air mass work its way down. It'll drive a lot of lake effect snow for the Ohio Valley, which is the main thing that we got to look out for. Insane amounts of snowfall. I mean, like I said, some areas 3 foot or so. Near Buffalo actually, which is pretty wild. Mostly south of Buffalo, but that'll continue here. I'll go ahead and list off the time for you guys since I didn't add it for some reason. So basically, as we approach the morning of the 31st, you can still see the lake effect continuing, but the majority of the country is going to be pretty good. There's not going to be a whole lot going on. We'll have some high pressure finally building into the west, keeping things a little bit dry for a brief moment before yet again another round of precipitation comes in right around January 1st, causing a bit of rainfall for the southwest here, driving some heavy rains across like California. Some of those upper elevations here yet again, and of course you get another low developing towards the central plains around this time. And here, right around January 3rd, essentially, you can still see the west is being battered. Maybe a new system develops towards the south, could drive some rain and stuff. We'll have to see how that plays out. But at this point in time, this is about 115 or so hours out. So, I mean, it's still within reasonable forecasting length, I should say. But anyway, so then we continue even further here. We'll go probably about as far as January 5th, because any further than that's a little bit iffy. But, between now and January 5th, it doesn't look like we're going to have any more major snowstorms, except for the snow in the Ohio Valley, from the lake effect, as you can continually see, a lot of snow rolling through, as the cold air basically, rolls right over the warm Great Lakes. It really condenses a lot and causes a lot of snow to pile up along the edges of the Great Lakes here, especially out there like northwestern Pennsylvania, like we were talking about, like western New York State, and of course areas like northeastern kind of northern Ohio too could be definitely dealing with quite a bit. What's up, Ponderosa? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Anyways, another big thing here with this is the temperatures themselves. I mean, here is your actual temperatures. So this is not feel like, this is not any of that. This is your actual temperatures according to GFS here. So as we approach into the morning, basically tomorrow morning here at this point, this is for the 7 a.m. commute Eastern time for December 30th. So this is tomorrow morning. I mean, the freezing point goes all the way down to the Gulf Coast here, as you guys can see. So this right here is where the freezing point is. And a lot of the Midwest, in the teens, the Ohio Valley, upper teens, lower 20s. But look at this. Even up here in like Wisconsin, we could be seeing a ridiculous amount of cold air coming down. We're talking like single digits, lower single digits possibly, according to this model here. We could even see some of that towards like some of upper state New York, possibly out there by Vermont, New Hampshire, a little bit of Maine could be dealing with some really cold temperatures here as well, which is quite crazy here. Now, when we compare this with the the European model, given that it's such short range and literally tomorrow morning, there's not a lot of disagreement here. So a majority of the models are locked in on these areas, seeing some really cold air. So just be sure to bundle up tonight, and whenever you leave for work or school or whatever you're doing. I don't think any of you guys are at school right now, but for whatever you're doing, if you're heading out early, just be sure to bundle up, because it is going to be ridiculously cold out here. So just be sure to be ready for that. See, these guys are used to lake effect snow. Hopefully, they should be. I mean, especially people who've lived there a lot. If you're new to the region, well, yeah. But even then, I mean, as long as you've lived there, I mean, even then, it's still a significant problem, because you literally can't drive in some of this. Definitely not good. Let's see. Holy moly, chilly weather head for me to the northeast. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cold up there. Like I said, especially upper state New York, it's going to be pretty cold there. And of course, for areas like Wisconsin. Anyways, so then we work our way over here into the morning of December 31st. So this is going to be New Year's Eve. Okay, so New Year's Eve, not as cold, first of all. The plains warms up a little bit, but still freezing temps for a lot of the central plains here, as you can see. But still, up north, up here towards like Wisconsin, Minnesota, we're still going to be in the single digits in the teens, which is going to be very, very cold still. But look at the north, though. Look up towards Maine here. According to the Euro here for the morning of December 31st, look at some of those temperatures. Even the negatives are presented for areas like Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire, which I'm actually going to zoom into the northeast for this so you guys can kind of see this a little bit better. So yeah, for the morning of New Year's Eve, it's going to be ridiculously cold. Yeah, for the northeast. I mean, it's going to be really, really cold here. So just be sure to bundle up, because it's going to be a really cold one. I mean, the GFS model, you can see, is not as significant on those cold temperatures, but still, I mean, still talking negatives in some of the upper elevations here. And of course, a lot of the other areas here still in like lower single digits, which still ridiculously cold. So just wanted to point that out as well for you guys. Yeah, look at this. And then of course we work our way into the morning of January 1st here. For the most part, single digits, maybe teens here for the northeast. And then right as we approach the morning of January 2nd, look at how cold these temperatures get here. I mean, it's just wild. Absolutely wild. Upper elevations here, negatives, even in the negative teens is possible, which is absolutely crazy. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I thought it would be far to the south, like lake effect snow. The map shows it. May find U.S. We haven't had lake effect snow since 2015, we believe. Where is that at, Queen? What part hasn't seen it? Here, I'll show you the lake effect map again for you guys. Let me hop back over here. So this is the accumulation from the GFS model. So you can see quite a bit of snow. I mean, this is between now and December, or now and January 1st. Okay, so this is relatively short range, right? Within the next 80 hours or so. So, I mean, you can see according to GFS, even like the Blue Ridge, the Appalachian Mountains here, we could be dealing with over a foot, which is ridiculous. But some of the heaviest of it you can see is out here by New York State here. We're talking 30 plus inches here, which is crazy. In multiple areas like Oswego. This area over here, near Watertown, always seems to get some pretty nasty lake effects every year. This is what I've noticed over the several years we've been streaming and doing coverages and stuff, is that this area is really prone to some lake effect snow. But yeah, we're gonna have to look out for that. But then, of course, like I said, just south of Buffalo here. Buffalo, we're gonna get a little bit of snow. The heaviest will probably be along southern Buffalo, but just barely south of Buffalo, out by like Concord and Jamestown area. We're talking 20, 30 inches or so, and some locally higher amounts plus possible. Not to mention, because of the strong winds and stuff like that. We could be having a lot of blowing snow as well. So between that blowing snow and just the amount of snow we're getting, it's going to really pile up quite a bit. Haley, we're not expecting any snow out there. Yeah, anytime soon. Within the next little bit here, we're talking the next 130 hours or so. This is GFS's take on how much snow we could see. You can see a lot of the Ohio Valley, the Northeast mostly, getting a lot of the snow. A little bit in the upper elevations, of course. Now Euro, let's bring up the European model here. It's good to compare models. Yeah, Euro, on the other hand, doesn't nearly show as much for some of these areas, but I'm going off of the Weather Service's forecast here because, they have, some of these warnings here. You can see 1 to 3 feet of snowfall. The range is quite significant. Is really quite significant. I'll make the screen a little bit bigger so you guys can see more of this. Definitely pretty crazy here. 1 to 3 foot of snow, and wind gusting as high as 45, which, could definitely create some blowing snow and, stuff like that. So that's something we got to look out for too. But we got all kinds of stuff. We have lakeshore flood warning. What's this about? Rapid rise in water levels resort no lakeshore flooding. I got you. So definitely probably do a lot of that strong winds and stuff like that too. What's up, Robin? Good to see you. But anyways, Queen says Hopwood, Pennsylvania, at the bottom of the mountain, so they usually protect us. I got you. Got you. Here, let me bring up the models over here as well. Here, we'll bring these up. Here, let's take a look at the snowfall totals. We'll do that. And so yeah, here's the HRRR. So this was within like the short term for the most part. Give that a second to load here. But yeah, most of it you can see, where the dark blue is, that's some of the heaviest of the accumulations here. So this is between now and pretty much basically over the next 48 hours here. A lot of it's going to be falling. A lot of it's going to be south of Buffalo here for the most part. Like Dayton, Ashford, showing quite a bit of snow here. We're talking like over 20 inches. According to the HRRR here. This is within the next 48 hours up until pretty much the afternoon of 31st. So then you got Oswego seeing quite a bit here as well. Haley, I don't know if you heard me a minute ago, but I said your area is not going to be getting any snow anytime soon. I don't know if you just didn't hear me or not, but no, you're not expected to see anything anytime soon. I think we're going to be pretty good out there. But anyways, folks, we'll just wanted to let you guys know what's going on out here. If you guys do have any questions or anything, be sure to let us know. We're here for you guys. But yeah, like I said, we'll keep you guys up to date with everything. I'll probably have a video out for you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna try to work on that. Like I said, as you guys probably know, may not know, I have a lot of stuff going on right now, with like renovations and stuff. So it's been pretty busy. Been pretty busy lately. So haven't been able to stream a whole lot. What's up, Robin? I don't know if I already said hello, but what's up? My short-term memory lately has been terrible, so I apologize. Nah, you're good, Ailey. You're good. No worries at all. But if you guys have any zip codes you want me to look at too, I'll be more than happy to. To show you guys kind of where all these issues are at right now. Because we still got quite a bit. Still got some high wind warnings for a lot of the upper elevations here, like the Blue Ridge Mountains and such. The northeast Syracuse. Let's see, we have a winter storm warning here for 1 to 2 feet. Actually, yeah, the Weather Service has it for 1 to 2 feet out by Syracuse. Really, quite a bit of snow. Winter weather advisory. Yeah, that's up in northern Maine. Yeah, and in all these tan areas and the brown areas, these are all wind advisories. The dark colors, these are high wind warnings, but the tannish color, these are all wind advisories. So it's still definitely pretty windy out there. But anyways, then hopping over here to Michigan real quickly before we roll off. I know it's a pretty quick live stream. I just wanted to do a little bit of streaming with you guys today. But yeah, we have a little bit of winter storm warnings going on here. Of course, we do actually have ongoing lake effect snow over here. So it's definitely piling up quite a bit. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? Jenny coming in with a 50! There ain't no way, dude. Oh my goodness. Jenny, thank you so much for now a $50 donation. That is really, really nice of you. You guys, please give Jenny a big thank you in the chat. That means the world to me, and it helps out a lot more than you think. So I really appreciate that. That is just really nice of you, Jenny. Thank you so much. Once again, that is just super sweet of you. You did not have to do that. So thank you once again, Jenny. Big shout out goes to you. Yeah, Jenny's actually like one of the earliest supporters of the channel. Jenny, I think you've been around since like what, a couple hundred subscribers? That is wild. So thank you once again, Jenny. Really appreciate it. But all right, everybody. Well, that's probably going to wrap it up here for now. I just want to go ahead and say, everybody, thank you for joining. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.